So finally we are here. Finally, after some technical issues, I am presenting you the third season of the Geometrical podcast. Finally. So, chat, please tell how can you hear me? SMJS is now muted, so we can check if everything is right before we actually starting. So please tell me if it's right, please. Yeah, I know. Yeah. The wait is still up. Just need to wait for chat. Because it's actually. Oh, nice. Okay, chat is silent right now for some reason. Oh, my schizophrenia. Okay, without further ado, SMJS, you are now unmuted.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, welcome to my new studio.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Oh, I appreciate it. My friend Akeko is cooked hard with this.
Yeah, it was pretty last minute from what I understood, but it turned out nice.
So, how are you feeling today?
Yeah, good. A bit nervous, not gonna lie. Especially with the technical difficulties just now.
Yeah, glad we
But
resolved them. Yeah.
yeah, glad that the stream is up.
This is actually okay. Chat, okay, viewers. So this is the first time with my new setup. So if something happens, please tell me. Please write in the chat on Twitch or on YouTube, because it needed to troubleshoot if something goes wrong. Okay, so the first thing I'm asking everyone: how did you discover GD? Why did you start playing? And how did you started modding this game? And potentially becoming one of the developers of this project, like of this silly 2D cube game.
Is that one specifically for HG Fault?
No, this is for you because you are a modder yourself, and one
Yeah.
of the first modders in the game, if I remember correctly.
Well, no, not the first. Absolutely not.
No, oh yeah, I'm. I wish.
Yeah. Basically, I started kind of in the middle of the whole transition from just a small team of individuals who did modding to basically mainstream modding. So I started kind of in the time where Team Hex was actually a big thing. I wasn't sadly a part of Team Hex at that time, but that's kind of why I started.
Oh, makes sense actually. And about the GD itself, like when did you started playing it?
Oh boy, 1.6 if I remember correctly. I've been playing it for a pretty long time actually. Just took a small break in between and then came back around 1.9. Started creating and actually became part of a team called Royal Squad, where I met HG Volt actually, and apparently, according to him, inspired him to start modding. And oh yeah, I already see in the chat. Can I mention the word HTML? No, HG Volt, you cannot. Please don't. uh, yeah, but after creating, I started a bit of modding. First with just GDPS as kind of the basic stuff, and for some reason my train of logic was okay. I can modify GDPSs. You know what? I'm going to learn how to modify Geometry Dash.
Oh, like
Yeah,
that's actually
yeah.
that's actually an interesting chain. I'd say because many people
It's
like
not what I can
starting.
recommend.
Yeah. So, what the first thing you modded?
first thing. Honestly, it genuinely might be 2.2 unlocked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I for some reason at some point while making GDPSs, I was like, what if I could make a 2.2 GDPS? So I started looking into Sub-Zero, what was actually needed to make it work. But here was the
Mm-hmm.
problem. I didn't know assembly and mainstream modding was the thing yet, so C++ wasn't really an option yet. So I kind of went to a community of Team Hex members and asked, hey, how do I do assembly? Or even better, I genuinely asked just, how do I read what the fuck the exe says? But after some discussion with mainly Nikki actually at the time, I figured out some basic assembly stuff, and I then made the online menu work. That's pretty sure the very first thing I did.
Okay. I
Uh,
I I forgot to hit recording button, but right now I hit it. So gladly I came up in time.
okay, yeah, that would have been kind of awkward, but at
Yeah.
least thoughts exist.
So let's continue about our topic.
Yeah.
Assembly, you say? Why did you needed it?
So basically, during the time I started, there weren't really mainstream hooks yet. So how modding currently works is you have C++ code, and the C++ code kind of says, okay, yeah, actually, I'm going to be here in this existing program. If you call me, actually, you're calling this DLL.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't exist back then, so you couldn't use C++.
Mm-hmm.
So the next best option was directly patching the exe, or in my case, the SO file itself.
Mm-hmm.
And everything in those files is assembly, basically the instructions your CPU reads.
Yeah, I know what assembly is, but my goodness, this sounds hard. Like seriously
Yeah.
hard. Like
Oh, yeah, no. Let's just describe real quick what it looks like. You basically go into IDA, the tool to reverse engineer a program. You look for the instructions you want to edit. Then you say, okay, here are the bytes. I'm going to overwrite the bytes with my own instructions. So it's not like I can directly write code. I have to literally write the bytes out.
oh, that
Yeah,
sounds horrid. My goodness.
that's why this is old school modding.
Yeah, gladly I'm like not interested in modding that in that period of time. Like
Yeah.
I'm interested in modding when like the first no clip iteration was out. But no. I would not I would not do anything related to assembly right now.
No, yeah, that's
Gladly hooks exists right now, so it's way easier to start modding for people.
yeah. The thing is, during that time, it wasn't even the modding part which was the most annoying part about modding. It was actually the community itself, because during the time that Team Hex existed, the community was actually pretty toxic. So from both sides, both inside the modding community and outside, because due to Team Hex, the general consensus of modders was, okay, you're a guy who is going to hack my account.
Yeah.
So everyone hated you for it. It was basically a witch hunt at that point. And inside the modding community, it was either you were one of the true originals, or you were that script kiddie that no one likes. There was no in between. So during that time, I genuinely had encounters with some of the Team X guys where they would try to test my knowledge to just point and laugh at me, and luckily disproved them. Like, yeah, no, I actually know what I'm doing. Go away.
Yeah. By the way, can you hear me properly right now in Discord? I just changed it to
Yeah, yeah.
threshold. Yeah. Okay. So, The thing is about the modding community, like in the past, yeah, I saw it myself, and I was like seeing people freaking out because of them, like wanting to like quote unquote destroy the game. But they
Oh boy, that's
just reported they just reported the security issues with the game to Robert himself. And yeah, the infamous phrase was born. I do not talk with the hack people or something like this.
oh yeah, that's this is a pretty old quote, and as it turned out, it used to be a misunderstanding.
Oh
So
yeah?
what actually happened during that time? I was investigating a raid team. Maybe you have ever heard of it. It was called. Okay, yeah, I'm
Mm,
kind of forgetting it right now.
Still.
Teamsploit. Teamsploit. That was it. So during 2019, there were constantly problems with Teamsploit, raiding comments, botting unlisted levels, all that type of stuff. All the stuff where the current annoying security comes from. And during that time, I was investigating them for RobTop. But while doing that, I was at some point shot the question like, "Hey, want to join my Discord, Geometrical programming, and just talk with the people to maybe see if we can work out possible fixes for these things."
Mm-hmm.
But RobTop misunderstood and thought I was asking, "Hey, want to join Teamsploit?"
Oh,
So that's why he said, "No, I don't talk to hack people," because in RobTop's eyes, I was asking, "Okay, yeah, do you want to join this raid team?"
that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
finally, we have some context about this situation to the general public, of course.
Oh yeah, no, I really didn't realize that either until like this year, I think. Maybe last year, I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah, no, I that misunderstanding has existed for years until I once again came back on the topic and he was like, "Wait, you were talking about this server and not Teamsploit?" Oh, whoops.
Oh my god, this this guy is such a goober. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's an interesting person. Let's just say that. I mean, in a good way, but still, it's sometimes you kind of question these decisions.
Okay, by the way, about as we're speaking about Robert, um, how did you like started working on the GT itself? In terms, if I remember correctly, you started with working to implement some new security system for the servers
Uh,
and just optimize them.
I haven't directly worked on the code itself. I have, however, made example code. So, do you want to discuss like the example code I've made?
I mean, yeah, like in general, what are you doing for Rob? If it's not like a private thing,
Oh, in the
like
current day.
yeah.
Currently, I still investigate raid teams. So nowadays, I cannot show up on my main account to be like, "Hey, yeah, I want to be part of your raid team." Sadly, that's kind of known by now.
Oh.
So instead, I use alts to join raid teams, investigate them, get all the info I need, and then basically ban all their proxies and alt accounts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of one of the things I do. I also suggest security stuff, and also usually kind of act as some kind of proxy for the modding community. So
Oh.
if the modding community wants something, I can proxy it forward to RobTop and say, "Hey, if you could do this, then it would make our lives a lot easier." And it's not always a guarantee that he will say yes, but there have been times where he has helped.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, um, you are the policeman of the GD, right?
Uh, I never looked at myself like that, but in a way, I guess. Pretty sure I'm pretty sure the only reason that's the case is because I'm the only programmer in contact with RobTop who has the knowledge to take these teams down if I get the info. And
Mm-hmm.
just in general the best of me helping him out and that kind of transitioning to okay, yeah, this is going to be a standard thing now.
That's cool actually. Not gonna lie. And you are an outsourced worker, am I right? Like you're working
Uh,
on outsource.
I'm not an official employee. I do this all voluntary because personally I really like this community. So if I can do something to make it better, then I gladly do it. Of course, there have been discussions on possibly becoming an employee, but it's still pretty fake. Nothing is conclusive yet, so I genuinely cannot answer anything on that.
Actually, being the only employee for Rob, it is actually guaranteed to have some good money. I don't know.
Uh, that's not true. RobTop has employees, but right now it's kind of a family business, if anything.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
For example, so in the Sweden, you have all kinds of sites to disclose all kinds of info about a company. So this stuff has been leaked before. His dad, if I recall correctly, is the accountant for Geometrical.
oh yeah, I remember. I remember those screenshots. Yeah, 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 yeah. But the family, yeah, this sounds wholesome actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
I can also say something else wholesome. The way RobTop started making games is literally on his dad's work laptop. Like that's literally how it started. He just got his dad's old MacBook, and that's how he's got acquainted with Newgrounds.
Oh yeah, and the recent donation from the RobTop, like it, I don't know, it's like for this month or this will be monthly. He will donate $500. But still, the recent donation for the Newgrounds as paying respect for this platform. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, pretty good because without Newgrounds, I don't think Geometry Dash would have ever been as big as it is. Like,
Agree.
yeah, the songs it provides is of course a big reason, but also in general, Newgrounds has been a big source of advertising in its early days.
Yeah, actually, yes, yeah, yes. I remember those days when like Newgrounds was one of the biggest art platforms. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Before the Twitter mainstreaming.
yeah, before social media, but in 2013, it's definitely contributed.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Rob chose the Newgrounds as a hosting platform for the songs. But now he have his own server with his own songs. Like, actually, is it private or not? How much did he spend on licensing? Like, it is
I
not.
have no I have no details on that.
I.
And I'm probably not allowed to say it either if I knew, because there's usually a lot of legal contract stuff and all that type of stuff.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
pretty NDA heavy in that
Y-
sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's make sense. But still, like, estimated he could spend like from $5,000 to $10,000, like for licensing all of the songs, especially for the making a contract with NCS, like for sure.
I'm
They
not
as
sure.
they
I'm
asses
not
are
sure if
expensive.
he actually paid everyone. I'll be honest.
Really?
I think that some have more so been unpaid and rather been for the advertising. Because let's
Huh.
be honest, being advertised like that on a really big platform definitely helps for these artists. So there generally might have been some contracts which didn't have money involved. But again, I have no details on that, so I cannot say that for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think so, but I don't know because like when Camellia was the first one who joined the library,
Oh yeah, no,
and
that definitely had money involved.
oh,
That
of course,
yeah,
yeah, because
that's
his
kind of a
discography,
standard contract.
yeah, because his discography is fucking huge, and it has so many licensed songs from other rhythm games, and I was
Yeah,
like shocked to see them. I thought like, wow, I thought like they was like licensed and they will be in this rhythm game forever, like, and seeing them in GTA was like, how did this man do this? I like he's doing so much for the community actually, especially with the release of the music library, because many of the like banger songs are right now you in touch for you can like pick anything and to build your dream level with it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, about that, I have actually some info on how much time that consumes for RobTop, because that genuinely is probably one of the biggest reasons that stuff is delayed nowadays.
mm-hmm.
So, RobTop once disclosed to me that how many meetings he has. It's basically a daily thing by now. Yeah, he has daily meetings with producers, with agents, all that type of stuff.
Monster Katsun.
No clue.
Okay, all right.
Genuinely no clue, actually, because usually, as I said before, usually stuff like this is really NDA sensitive. So RobTop
Before
won't
release, yeah.
really quickly disclose that type of stuff.
So we should. That's why 2.207 is delayed in like in some sort of place because
Ah,
of the artist, right?
well, that's one reason. Another reason is something I contributed to. So basically, at some point, I made a suggestion to RobTop. Hey, yeah, I'm in this team with a lot of leaderboard players, and I'm in this team with a lot of well-known creators. What if I just throw everyone tag in both and ask, hey, what do you want to see in Geometry Dash? And I got replies, a lot of them. So in the end, I basically came to RobTop with a list of about 50 items, I think, of mod features, of just completely new features, all of people, well, professional people in the community who wanted to see that in the game. And I have no guarantee on any of these features, but RobTop has said that he will look at all of these features and see what it can do.
Oh, that's pretty nice actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a bummer to see the 2.207 is delayed. But what about 2.21 actually? Like the next major
Um,
update.
RobTop works in, well, he only works on one version. He never really works on multiple versions at the same time because he still hasn't figured out how branching works.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no info on that because even RobTop has no info on that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But
But
that's actually yeah.
there is a fun fact about 2.207. In theory, it's actually already done. It's been for a month now or something.
For real.
Yeah, wait, let me search this up. Maybe. What if I search update? Yeah, it's pretty funny. You still referred to it as a quick fix update at the time.
My keyboard just went off. 1 second. Oh, you search. Yeah.
Actually thought, no, I'm not gonna do that because considering what I dropped on him, there's a chance that if I ask him to drop it right now, there it's going to be a buggy mess. Just quickly reading through the comments.
But you've said that it is done, or it is done feature wise, not bug fixing wise.
Well, initially, the initial plan for the update is done. But yeah, then I kind of came along with that whole idea of let's ask the community stuff. And I think that's the main reason why it's delayed. But there's also the fact that I dropped a lot of security stuff for the server, which
Oh.
he has been working on, and kind of had to take priority because some of these bugs included quite literally crashing the entire GD server.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Most of those are done now because, for example, I can no longer give a certain variable with a negative and literally crash the server.
Is that
But
a thing? How this
yeah, no,
even
you know what?
works?
You know what? I'm just going to disclose it because it's fixed. So for some time, there's a one endpoint where you can give a total. It's unused, I think, but for some reason it still has an impact on the query.
Mhm.
And if you set total to -1, the query would suddenly literally crash the entire server. What RobTop and I suspected, and turned out to be the case, is that the total is inserted in a query in a count. And for SQL count, it basically means how many entries am I going to select. Problem with SQL is count -1 isn't -1. It's actually going to loop back around and become the integer limit.
Mhm.
So
I
it was
see.
selecting levels count 2 billion or something.
This seems like how this is. I can't comprehend it even. Like, how did you find this?
Uh, Red, honestly, kind of mix of knowing what RobTop tends to forget, knowing what goes into the server and how it's probably used, and also just dumb luck. Because usually it's just, okay, what if I do this weird ass thing, which probably was never expected to happen, and then you get a weird reaction.
Oh, I see. But about the features, can you say one of them, just out of the curiosity?
Uh, yeah, let me go to his DMs. I have to scroll up a bit because there have been some talks about a certain individual on the leaderboards. Uh, Quick volume controls, for example.
Oh, like the HD fonts, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mod. Oh, that will be.
For example, Alt or Shift, and you can control either the music or the SFX volume. I see AG right now saying no in the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
AG
ass was
there's going
cooked
to be a lot
again.
of. Yeah, AG just saying there are going to be a lot of features of yours in that update.
like like the alpha stealing his bread, and now the Rob himself stealing his bread. Poor SD font.
For example, a way to increment the Z order of all objects in the selection.
That's such a good. That's such a good option. Glad this will be. I hope this will be get into the update, because this is like crucial thing. I hope.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope it
A
does.
lot of these are QOL, but some of those are actual features as well. For example, custom keybinds.
For real! Finally! Oh my god! I waited it for
Yeah,
so long.
yeah. This list is semi-public, so I'm not afraid of disclosing what's on it.
I'm so sorry for
Uh,
shouting. I'm just so excited about this.
what else? What else? What else? Yeah, import and exporting levels. So another AG fault thing.
Oh my heart is like, I almost stopped after you saying this. I hope this will be implemented too. Oh my goodness. If it will be like a GMD file or something like zip
Prob-
or what?
Probably, but I genuinely have no clue how he's going to implement it. I was just throwing out the idea.
Wait, what
AG
else?
fault.
What else?
I cannot guarantee that he's using your format because I never told him about your format. Okay, what else? Platform timer, just a QL where the
Oh,
format of the timer itself is hour, minute, second, rather than just seconds.
yeah, that's actually fine.
Yeah. A saved song list search bar. So if you're in your song list, you can actually search for them.
Finally, again.
Um, Increasing the comments character amount.
About
So
this something?
Huh?
What about emojis in the comments? Perhaps? I hope.
I genuinely didn't catch what you said.
Oh, okay. But increasing the character limit is finally because it's so atrocious to like type two
Yeah, it is.
characters.
It's way too short. I said around 160 or 255. The reason being, bigger is probably going to require database edits, and that's never fun. So I just made it as simple as possible by just saying, okay, yeah, increase it to whatever the current limit is of your current data type.
Oh, okay, okay.
Also, QL, like being able to press enter in searches rather than having to manually click the search button.
Oh, that's a thing in Vanilla GD. Yeah, I forget about this. You can do this. But it's such an easy
Um,
fix.
yeah. Well, yes and no, because at the same time, Cocos makes nothing easy.
Yes. Locals, yes. I forget in what engine this game was
Yeah.
made.
Um. Yeah, I'm looking for any other fun ones. A lot of these are genuinely just things which should have existed for a long time now. FPS cap for mobile.
For real.
Yeah, currently on mobile you have no FPS cap,
Yeah,
and the
I
problem
know
kind of,
the
yeah,
because of the
that
iPhones, perhaps yes, they can't change the FPS cap without jailbreaking it.
I don't think that's the case actually, but I'm not sure.
Wait, what
Uh,
about the if we're speaking about the features, what about the potential click between frames from Rob?
that chances are that's not going to happen, but he has discussed that he's considering it.
Yeah, I know
Problem
that.
is, click between frames has a lot of issues. It doesn't work as effective on all platforms, so that's one main issue. But there's also the whole issue of, okay, yeah, but what is this going to do to literally all the level difficulties?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So it's
Oh,
kind of the hot topic of, is he going to do it or not, because he himself isn't even sure if he wants to.
if just the community like pushes him or like just saying that they need
Yeah,
it, he will
that's
do it.
that's a problem. There are two sides to the community. One side
Yeah.
wants it, the other side doesn't want it, and that's kind of why he's weighing his options of, am I going to do this and risk that a large part of the community is going to get mad of me, or am I going to play it safe and just not implement it?
No, the community is actually not like this. It is like a wrong statement because there are two types of people. People who wants use click between frames as a mod right now, and people who against see click between frames as a mod to in the competitive geometry dash, but they want, but if it will be implemented in vanilla game, they have no issues whatsoever about this. They like,
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
player side, but then there's the creator side as well.
for example.
Well, there are two main reasons why the creator side doesn't like it. One side is it's an artistic intent, what difficulty level is. So if
Mm-hmm.
your intent suddenly gets thrown over by some new feature, there are a lot of creators who are actually going to be annoyed with that. And there's also the fact that levels are tested on specific frame rates, or well, no, on the click system we currently have. So if a jump is not possible right now, it might be possible with click in between frames.
Oh,
And it might cause that some levels can be exploited,
possible.
for example, go under the map or whatever.
Let's make sense. Okay. Um, I remembered something about their in-game demon list.
That's never been disclosed officially by RobTop. I think he once considered it, but
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to, because I'll be honest. This is going to be a hot take, but Demon's List has some issues. It has been a pretty big source of drama for years now. And to have a third party known to have internal issues be part of your game is pretty risky.
Your take is cold. You are completely right, yes, because the demon list, and in terms of I should say determine the difficulty of the level, it is like it can't do this properly too. It is like it is rotten to its core, I guess.
Well, I wouldn't immediately say that. Like they are trying their best, but it's still
Yeah,
opinion based, and
I'm not
it's
judging
still
them.
it's still trying to compare two completely different things against each other. So for example, Sonic Wave Infinity. For some person, that's really easy because they are really good at waves, and for some other person, it's the hardest thing ever because they cannot get wave done. So for that reason, it's not easy to really rank them, and that has led to controversies and genuine dramas. And I don't think it's a good idea to associate yourself with that.
But what if the Geometry Dash implements something like the Geometry Dash Demon progression? Because their system of ranking levels is actually good. It is like you know this project, right? You should know it.
I've heard of it, but I've never looked into it.
Yeah, it is like having ranks for the levels, and it's not just extreme demons. It's all of the demons of the game. Like they're picked to make
Yeah.
your progress faster in this game, and it is actually works. I have some people who tried it, and they skills are increased rapidly. So they have like the ranks, like the bronze, silver, gold, amethyst,
Yeah.
obsidian, etc. And they have like the tags for the levels, like what play style it have, like some wave tech, maybe some memory, etc. This system should work in GD. I guess, in my opinion, it is
Yeah,
more diverse.
I can see how that works. Still, I think it's something which has to be carefully considered because still it's based on opinions of others. It's based on a third party, and it still is prone to controversy in some cases. You know, for example, one of the leaders has done something really horrible. Then suddenly, it's not just them taking blame; it's also RobTop for not overseeing it properly. That type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
yeah.
oh,
No, continue.
yeah, I think that's kind of the reason why third parties are being considered, but not really going to happen anytime soon. But I might be wrong. RobTop might have a different view. I'm not sure. And it might happen in 2.3 because 2.3 was meant to be a community update.
For
But
real.
it's still, I mean, he has said that, yes.
uh
2.3 is meant to be based on what the community wants. And 2.2 already kind of does that, but more so in the lines of actually looking at, okay, what does community use outside of GD? What's part of GD? Can we bring it into the ecosystem?
So the 2.3 update is going to be a community update, and how it will work? It will be launch some sort of survey before the update considered to be started in development, or what, like, or
I'm not
just the
sure how
service
he's
like
going to
you.
do it. I don't
Yeah.
think he currently has any idea on how he's going to do that because for now the main focus is getting to 2.21 and prepping for dev team.
Yeah. He said like he will consider getting some people after
Yeah,
2.2,
yeah.
and it
And
is
I
it
have
is for
some.
sure.
Yeah. Well, I think it is. He can always change his opinion, of course, but it's been pretty. Yeah, his opinion has stayed the same for well over a year now, so I don't think it's really going to change anytime soon. But currently, what's holding him back is Geometrical is full of legacy code. And the legacy code makes it really hard to work with it if you don't know what the game actually does. And he first wants to fix that before ever deploying a development team on that. And I
Mm-hmm.
also know that part of the reason he doesn't want to let a development team on the Geometry source code is because there have been comments in the Geometry source code where he was drunk. Yeah, I have actually seen one of these comments, and yeah, it's pretty obvious he had a little bit too much to drink.
Like, every indie developer right here. Like
I mean, yeah,
everyone.
at some point, every developer has one of those moments, but I think RobTop takes it a step further.
Oh, okay, that's interesting, but I will not. I will not ask what in these comments, so it will be a dark secret for the community.
I mean, I can show you a screenshot.
I will not show you in the stream, or can I?
Yeah, but I
Uh,
think this is part of the whole lighter bug thing, which is currently a thing. You remember how the lighter color has a bug where it instantly crashes the game?
mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, look at what I sent in DMs. Then you kind of get what
Yeah, I
happened
got
there.
the idea. Yeah. Yeah, but by the way, this is somehow a really good comment. In other hand, like,
I mean, it's somewhat a good comment, but the whole fact that yeah, this is a nice leap. I commented out for you.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and you should know, why did Rob made the 2.2 for 7 years? Why did he do this?
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of a whole issue of what his death cycle used to be. So RobTop hates with a capital H, working on legacy code. And 2.2 touched a whole lot of old code. So a lot of stuff which was written in 2013 had to suddenly be rewritten. And he absolutely dislikes doing that. So he does that for like a month, and then distraction kicks in. And he sees a game doing this interesting thing, or he sees in community someone making this interesting suggestion, and he's like, going to implement that real quick because I don't want to work on this legacy code anymore for a sec. So he does that. It touches legacy code again. He tries to rework that. It has issues. Annoying. And then the negative feedback loop starts. This went on for years until he at some point quite literally forced himself to work out all the legacy code. But the problem with that, he works slow when he doesn't like doing something. So that also took ages. And that's kind of why the whole update took ages in the end, because fixing all the bugs was actually the most painful part for him.
And he was fixing like bugs before by himself and
Yeah.
gathering team before the release itself.
No, he hasn't gathered the team yet.
I mean the testing team, like the people who had access to the beta version of GD, like
Yeah,
subwoofer,
that was no
vibrator.
one. That
Wait,
was no one.
so it
The
is a
beta,
fake.
the beta version was literally just RobTop testing how it worked with Steam.
But what about the release of like subwoofers level after the drop of GD?
Uh, well, Vibrant might have had access. I'm not entirely sure, but RobTop said that the whole reason of the beta existing was quite literally just so he could test if Steam interacted properly with GD.
But it had a convo? I'm confused. Okay, this need to be like investigated once again, because I remember that it had someone to test the update, but like I know that Dash was tested by people.
I
Um,
mean, yeah, he has given private copies to some moderators for years now. It would not always through Steam, and there's a
what?
chance that
That's
he,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah. So the Steam beta, it might be that Viper had access to it, but Viper mostly was just on a private release, which
Y-
wasn't necessarily for Steam, but genuinely just test real quick.
Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, so I didn't know that he like sending copies for years now. I thought that this was for a years. Yeah, 2.2 was developed for 7 years. Okay, never mind. So for years, it's a considerable amount for this update. And yeah, actually, a good point about the Viper and showcasing 2.2 levels ways a month before its release. Yeah.
Saying that Viper never had access to 2.2, he definitely did. Just, I don't think he did through the Steam beta.
Yeah. But okay, now we know that he's sending copies not. But he should consider using Steam Beta for beta testing because it is more secure. I don't know. It is hard to leak anything using this system.
Thing, if you look in the screenshot, you see how there's a developer mode flag.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that for beta testing, he enables that, which means that there's also stuff like crash logs where you actually see, okay, this is why it crashes, stuff like that. And I think that's
Oh,
why it never goes, he never sends those to the beta.
okay. Makes sense. Makes sense actually. God, there's so much information out of here. Um, like, do you want to, if you actually going to work to Rob, did you like really want to, or just want to like
If
continue outsourcing this
if
project?
I want to, yeah, if RobTop would offer it, I would immediately say yes. So currently I have a job, but I'll admit I'm not really happy at this job. So I've been kind of holding off on search for a new one because there's a genuine chance RobTop will any day ask. So yeah, I'm planning on discussing that with him soon. So I won't disclose any details on how that's gonna go. But yeah, there's genuine chance on that.
I hope so. It is like a dream to work for him.
Yeah. Uh, though RobTop will probably hate me for the fact I will probably point out one ACE a day.
Actually, yeah. So, and I was just struck with the realization that you did all of this on a voluntary basis. Like he didn't pay you anything.
No, yeah, no. Yeah, he didn't pay me anything, but he never explicitly asked me to do these things. But it kind of just happened like, well, Pause did explicitly ask me these things, the moderator Pause. And that's how it kind of started. And eventually it just kind of became a thing of, hey, yeah, I don't mind doing this. And he being like, okay, sure, send it and I'll look into it.
Hmm, interesting. And like the thing is, for um, like you know Rob for a long time, like since the team hacks thing happened.
Well, not since then. 2019, I think.
Oh,
Might be.
when he started like opening to the general community, because I remember him like not speaking whatsoever, not communicating. Like
Yeah.
he was communicating, but not that much like today.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And around that time, indeed, that I kind of started having contact with him. It initially started with as Pass as intermediate, so I would tell Pass something, he would forward it, Proptop would forward something else. It was kind of, yeah, as you may realize, pretty inefficient. So eventually we were like, okay, yeah, let's just talk directly.
Oh,
And this kind of happened during the whole time with the ACEs. Um, I'm pretty sure Alvalanius is indirectly to blame for the fact that I'm currently in contact with RobTop. Because, okay, some context here. during the whole ACE stuff, Alvalanius was pretty fed up with RobTop. So he threatened to report Geometrical to the App Store. No, yeah, the App Store.
For what?
And I forwarded that to Paul, like, hey, yeah, dude, something has to happen because this isn't going well at this rate. And I'm pretty sure that was the moment RobTop, yeah, that was genuinely the moment RobTop joined the Discord to discuss stuff.
Oh, okay.
So that was also kind of the moment where direct contact started, because that was the moment that Paul was like, okay, yeah, this is too inefficient to all do as an intermediate. RobTop just joined Geometrical programming. Let's make a private channel where these really important things can be discussed. Let's get things done.
Now he needs to communicate with the competitive community, because oh my god, there's so much drama around the new 2.2 physics and the like for the most part the new 2.2 physics, because many slayers are playing on 2.1 still right now because of this.
Yeah.
He needs
Yeah,
some sort of
I have
communication
no
with them.
clue how he's going to do all that. I'm pretty sure there are some plans to quite literally just deprecate the old server. So I'm not sure how that's going, but
Wait,
yeah, there's probably.
wait, what did he will do with old server?
Well, not really old server. Basically, every game, every version has a variable called the game version.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure to go against the unfair advantage of playing on old versions, RobTop is considering just outright banning the old game version on the server.
Oh,
So I can. It's not conclusive. I only picked up on this, so I don't know all the details on this or how it will go.
I see. But like they're playing not on like 2.1, they're playing on 2.1 GDPS.
Uh, yeah. Still, if they are requesting it from boomlinks.com, then boomlinks.com can literally just say, okay, yeah. This game version, I'm no longer supporting that. Go update to 2.2.
Hmm. Um, I know that in the leaderboard guidelines there a point that you can't just use old versions to beat levels.
Yeah, exactly. He already doesn't support it, but just to prevent that, people are still going to stick on 2.11 then and try to submit those. I'm pretty sure he's going to make something that it forces people to go to 2.2. And I'm going
Okay.
to plead with HGVOD to not make a mod to prevent that. Because it's really easy to patch out with modifications, but it kind of defeats the point.
Oh, okay. And I wanted to say about the all right, about the 2.2 and 2.21, like not releasing every uh feature in like 2.2 update. Why is that? Why he just split it, this update in two parts?
Bugs, a lot of bugs. Like I said, he doesn't like working on legacy, and yeah, it was taking a mental toll on him to constantly be like, yeah, I need to finish 2.2, I need to finish 2.2. And eventually he kind of went like, okay, yeah, you know what, fuck it, I'm cutting out these features for now. I'm going to just post this update and slowly migrate to 2.21 with all the features. Because, for example, multiplayer is one of the main reasons that 2.2 took so long, because that really digs into the legacy code.
Yeah, that's like that's outrageous to um to work with legacy code and implementing multiplayer to like the code where it lasted for like decade for now.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but is that a reason why RobTop did not want to implement something like Lopt as a multiplayer?
I don't think he even he might be aware of globt, but here's the thing: RobTop doesn't really understand the whole background of modifications, as in how they work, how they implement stuff. And it might be one of the reasons why RobTop doesn't really look at modifications as a source of code.
Oh, but yeah, I know that RobTop wanted to implement a multiplayer that will work like a lively bot when playing a level, like with the not like the ghosts in the
Yeah,
Globed when you can see the player directly. But when Globed is released, and yes, he is aware, he is on the Globed server, Discord server.
yeah.
So teach him please how to work with Geode. Actually, this
Huh?
actually, I mean, I say like no, teach him to how to like use Geode and how to uh read the code, like how it implements, because it might actually be really good for the future updates because he can just see the code of the modifications
Kind
to
of
be.
is though. Geode has a whole different way of implementing stuff than Geometrical. Well, on the base level at least, because you're using hooks. And he cannot just kind of write code and then test with Geode on if it actually works. Because he works with, if you compile with new code, the entirety of Geode just breaks. All the
Yeah, I know.
bindings just don't align anymore. And that's probably one of the big problems why he isn't really going to use Geode itself, but rather maybe sometimes look at features for inspiration, possibly look at some code, but then only on the node level. But I don't think he actually will look into the whole mod part of it.
Yeah, I remember like speaking about this with HD Ford. He said
Yeah.
like absolutely this.
Yeah, in
Almost
fact, I
exactly. Yeah.
also responded to that, remember?
Yeah. And yeah, that's the thing that sadly the mod loader isn't possible in GD because of the co-cost to DX. If
Well,
he
mod loader is a different thing because I'll disclose this. There have been some fake talks about possibly making a workshop, but nothing of this is conclusive. This is also literally by now 1.5 years ago that this was in discussion. But
mhm,
there are plans to possibly do something like what Team Mod Loader did, where you
yeah.
have a Steam workshop and then a mod loader built in.
Yeah, I wanted to mention like the T-mod loader because if the geode will be implemented as a mod loader, it will be kind of like a T-mod loader. But the thing about T-mod loader, it is like receiving the updates for Terraria, like beta versions before. And as we know, when the new version is compiled, all of the bindings are like resets, and they are not in the places they were before. That's
There's the thing. If it's going to happen for Geometry Dash, it's probably going to be native rather than still hooking. Yeah, that would kind of solve the whole problem. If it's just a native system, then when it compiles with it.
I hope so. But as HD Ford said, he like Rob and you said like Rob don't want to share with source code with anyone.
Well, not
No.
per se the source code. It's more so the PDB file.
Oh yeah, PDB.
So that's kind of the file with the symbols in it. For now, he doesn't want to share that, by the way. And the whole reason is he has shared it in the past, and that resulted in Pavlukevan quite literally getting the email of his brother and doxing him.
Oh my god.
So I kind of get why RobTop has second thoughts on that whole part.
Yeah, that's understandable after this situation. Yeah. And um the thing about the modding itself in GD, as I said before, is actually a really great thing to have in GD because of
Yeah,
the like possibilities to I'd say yes, possibilities to make content, or in the first place.
Yeah.
So I hope it getting into the semi-official status.
Well, the thing is, if that whole workshop thing becomes a reality, it's not just going to be semi-official. It's likely going to be its whole own thing. So that does mean Geode's probably getting replaced, but this is again still genuinely talks for maybe in a few years. Talks about things which are not conclusive yet. But yeah, there's also, you know what, I'm just going to say this. It's pretty funny. HVOD said, "Don't discuss stuff while I'm not here." Uh, I've actually kind of on my whole list of people I would invite if I ever get a setting on the dev team.
Oh yeah,
I would put HVOD on that list and then possibly consider with him making a native alternative for Geode.
that is sick. That is actually sick. Yeah, I would love to see this. He know what he doing as default, but is Absolute here as a potential member of the dev team?
Yes, I think I did put Absolute on there. Wait, I once said it to Yuka. Let me search it up. Probably if I just search up HVOD, I can get the list. Yeah, Absolute. I did put him on there. Also see Fulton and IAD, aka Italian APK downloader.
Oh, he is still active in the community. I thought he left.
Yes and no, but thing is, if I could get him on the team, besides me, there are not a whole lot of people who actually have experience with programming in the industry, as in actually applying DevOps, actually working with pipelines and all that type of stuff. So if I would have to select a few people, I would prefer to select someone who has experience with that. And Tiny APK Downloader is actually one of them.
Oh, didn't know that. Hmm. The dream, the dream team actually.
Basically, yeah.
God. Now, if Rob will consider to making a dev team, he will be a little bit drained in money, but this for hope for the best and hopefully the
I'll be
constant update.
honest. Though he can probably get a whole company running and still make money.
Yeah,
The amount of
light
money
version.
RobTop makes is insane. And it's genuinely the reason why he can just afford a whole villa with a theater in his inside his home, a gym, and all that type of stuff.
Like, I would not be like, should I say, flabbergasted because when I even see his um uh how much he earns from the GD, because it is basically can be millions of dollars every year. Of course
Absolutely,
it can.
because a lot of people just think, oh yeah, not that many people buy Geometrical, so there won't be a lot of income. People forget to consider that Geometrical Lite gets downloaded millions of times per year, and every ad earns RobTop money.
And not only just the light version, but World, Sub Zero,
Sub-Zero, Meltdown,
Meltdown.
yeah.
Yeah,
All those ads are genuinely generating him a lot of money. And then there's also YouTube. That's also one people tend to forget. The fact that his YouTube channel also has ads running, and he has an ungodly amount of subscribers. So he absolutely is making a lot of money with every preview.
I don't remember. Is he 10 million subs right now?
Pretty sure well over.
Did he receive a diamond button?
Probably. He never showed a screenshot of it, but chances are he did. Yeah, 15 million.
My God, what the?
Almost 16 million. So, like, yeah, he absolutely is getting those views.
Like, like the RobTop is just a hack the system, how to gain subscribers, because of the
Yeah, no.
that one
He
icon.
kind of Yeah, he kind of beat the system with his YouTube channel because he barely ever releases stuff, and if he releases stuff, it's usually only seconds long. And still,
And I remember when people discovered the ads he did for the YouTube, like for YouTube Shorts. This was hilarious.
yeah. Oh yeah, that he has actually been doing that for a while now. People just never noticed.
Yeah, I didn't saw any of ads of GD. Like,
Yeah, I talked about it with Rob, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at what all those other companies do with their ads. I take out the untruthful full part, so he still tries to keep it a bit truthful, so not a whole different game as an ad.
oh,
Um, but then he kind of experiments around with, okay, what works, what doesn't work, and if it actually works, so first with a small user group, he actually pays money to make it a big user group.
hmm. So he did like he doing a ads by himself.
Yeah, it's just something he edits himself.
I remember like seeing like noob versus pro thing.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, they are definitely not targeted for adult people. Those ads, those are genuinely for just get those kids who are watching YouTube Shorts or watching what's it called, TikTok. Get them on Geometry Dash.
uh he runs TikTok ads too.
Probably, I'm honestly not sure because I never look on that platform.
Yeah, I mean is neither. So this is actually like really interesting to speaking about this stuff because I didn't knew anything, almost anything about this.
But
and
yeah,
I'm
that's.
and I'm
I mean,
I'm
about
honored. I'm really honored to like be a person who like receive this information and share with other people.
yeah, I've been kind of leaking some small parts of this in years now already. But yeah, it's pretty fun to just discuss all the things I've discussed with RobTop. Of course, still with some limitations because not everything can be said.
Yeah, like building a trust to just like leaking all the info on the some no-name podcast.
Yeah, no, for example, the whole contract stuff, yeah, absolutely not going to go into details there. Also, not about the whole dev team. I'm absolutely limiting some info to make sure that things which have to stay private stay private.
Yeah, and I'm respecting that, respecting the
Yeah.
boundaries. And by the way, um, I need some clarifications. If it is like, if it's, I don't know how to say it properly. Ah, my mind just blacked out for a second. Um, if I somehow get RobTop here on my podcast, is he like, is he more a video type person or he just can be on a stream? Because I've discussed
Well,
like with HD4 on the stream, like we did on the podcast we did earlier. He said like he would be, if he considered to making a podcast, he would like consider making it in a video format, not on a stream.
I think RobTop would probably be okay with live. After all, he streamed himself a few times.
Yeah,
I'm just not sure how big he is on actually sharing his voice.
I know that he owns a good mic now.
Yeah,
Uh,
that he does.
yeah, he bought a new mic. I remember that. Um, it's like sounds somewhat similar like mine ish, something like this. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you remember that he wanted to stream after like 2.2 out like 2.2, yeah.
Uh, no, I think he has no real obligation to do so right now. I think the main reason he started streaming was mostly to give the community a hint, like, "Hey, yeah, I'm working on 2.2. Don't worry, it's still happening. I'm just busy." So I think that's the main reason he started streaming back then. I think the main issue you would have is actually getting RobTop in here because I've discussed it with RobTop before. Why he's always kind of shy for the community, and he has said that I'm honestly I just kind of talk whenever I feel like talking, and otherwise I'm don't really care to be in a whole community who only would suck up to me to get info about stuff.
Oh yeah, but actually he have some interviews like the spontaneous interview from Colin, like
Yeah,
Colin Juniper
the
Woolsey, and
it,
there's some interview unreal that was released like a year ago from
yeah, that was in the Geometry server that call. But most of these are usually out of obligation rather than anything else because a lot of that was genuinely this. Okay, yeah, it's genuine issue the whole 2.2 release cycle, so I have to make sure it's known that it's still being worked on. So I think that's the main reason why he would be interviewed because otherwise I don't think he's the type to actually be a big fan of that.
but
But I'm not going to speak for him, so that's
that's
what I think would be the case.
yeah, I'd say that he had an interview with one person that for unknown reasons for me passed away. Sadly, I remember that it had a video with interviewing RobTop like after the Colin's video, like Colin's interview. I remember that. I need to search.
Yeah,
I need to like go further about
but
this
most of
topic.
these are pretty spontaneous, so not really stuff he probably wouldn't really plan for official interviews, but just kind of okay, yeah, hey, want to interview? Okay, sure. So unless there's a real obligation or he just kind of feels like it, I don't think you're going to be easily able to get into in an interview.
Yeah, I know that, and I am not like dreaming. Of course, I'm dreaming about it. Yes,
Yeah.
as a like amateur podcaster, getting someone big as him is like a honor for me.
Oh yeah, that's a
And
dream come true, of course. Yeah.
yes, of course, it's like a fame and etc. etc. But as I speak about my podcasts, I just like making them. I yes, I in future I want to get into monetization of it, like in near future, because like the I've going to spend
Yeah, you invested big in this podcast. I noticed that. Yeah.
yeah, and I will invest more because I want to in like winter I want to make a first professional IRL live stream podcast
Oh,
about
nice.
the GD, and it will cost me around $1,000. So
Okay. What the fuck?
yes, because I need to like travel to the other city, um, get the studio, like rent the studio,
Yeah.
rent the team, and and yes, it will be on Russian, so it is
Yeah, I
uh
guess so.
yeah, it is will not be like international, but I will dub it. So plus to the count of the money, so it will like I don't know why I want to do this, but I want, and this is just
Yeah,
for me as
if
like
it's your dream and hobby, then of course you should just pursue it. But it
yeah.
would be nice if you can get some ad review from it, so you can actually make these things a reality.
I can't I can monetize it through YouTube. Sadly, where I live.
All right, live
Yeah,
streams. Yeah.
not the live streams. I mean, like in general, we our AdSense accounts are just wiped. Like Russian
Oh,
AdSense
right.
accounts are wiped from
Sanctions. Yeah.
the. So we can't earn any money for now. I have some
Yeah.
workarounds, but I'd say that I would like. I had an idea to launch an ads before the start of the stream, like some pre-rolls or some shit. Like,
Yes, our technical difficulties. Perfect time for that.
oh yeah, actually, like some or in some breaks or something. Uh, but uh, yeah, I will monetize it, and seeing RobTop as a guest, it will have me not just a popularity in GD community will help me to get into other communities because I want to get into like general gaming podcasting
Oh yeah,
with
that's actually pretty nice.
with several companies. I'm actually want to discuss about the possibility of the podcast with the Monthfish. It's like people who made Atomic Heart. So
Okay.
yeah, and if RobTop will be here, it will be get me a huge boost in this direction.
Yeah,
And of
it's a,
course, like a final achievement in my GD career.
yeah.
So I
Yeah,
guess
I hope that it works out. I don't think I'm the right person to ask though, because still trying to not be that one annoying user he has contact with who constantly is like, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do that?
oh yeah,
So
that's
I'm
completely understandable. I like
yeah.
spoke with Eric Windelman after the podcast,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, and like asking him, like, is it possible? He said, like, no, not really. I don't want to be annoying person. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically that's kind of everyone who has contact with Rob gets that, because once it's known you have contact with him, then their whole community is like, oh yeah, can you ask this for me? And if I would ask RobTop everything which is asked of me, I would daily ask about 20 to 40 things. So I really heavily filter what I ask him and only ask him the really essential stuff, unless it's something pretty cool like community suggestions.
Oh yeah, that's type.
But
But
the whole community suggestions thing was discussed before, and like, hey, this sounds like a good, fun idea. Do you want to do that? And RobTop being like, oh yeah,
so
that's pretty cool.
and that maybe a podcast can actually work in terms of after releasing some major update like some 2.21 or after and not just like releasing and making a podcast after. No, he's like really busy after releasing the update, like fixing crucial bugs and etc. Like
Yeah.
a month after the releasing the update, like it can be viable because of the like future plans, because of the like 2.1 or 2.2 is like actually done, some sort in some sort like when he releases
Uh,
2.1.
well,
But
from
if
my experience, right after when an update is released, he generally kind of takes a short break. So it first fixes the essential bugs, of course, and possibly might make an after release. But after that, he just says, okay, for 2, 3, 4 weeks, I'm just going to completely go off the grid and do stuff with my family. Because, yeah, RobTop kind of tends to have this weird habit where once he wants to finish an update, he screws over his entire sleep schedule and his whole workout schedule and just fully commits to updating. And then after it's like, okay, let's fix it. Let's go back to normal for a sec. Just winding down.
yeah, glad he like getting his oh, I'm sorry, I'm just away from a microphone. I'm saying that I'm glad that he checking on himself because it's like really
Yeah.
crucial. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, there have been times where I like, dude, calm down with the yeah, for example, recently he suddenly said, yeah, I just took 5 cups of coffee, so I'm good to go for another hour. That those
Oh
moments
my
I've
god.
genuinely been like, "Yeah, okay, dude, calm down with the coffee. We don't need you to have a heart attack right now."
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
there have been moments where I've genuinely been concerned for his well-being.
yeah, that's understandable. But like the thing is about the like connecting with RobTop, it's still really hard, like extremely hard. That's why some people are asking some other people who have connection with RobTop to ask him something. But
Yeah, no,
still,
that's the kind of the whole problem with the size of the community. Like, it's one
yeah,
guy taking requests from millions of users.
yeah. But I'm so sorry for being this annoying, but like this is a possibility, like huge possibility to get him here. Um, you've said like you are not the right person, but is it not a cool thing? Because like I remember he doing a some sort of interview for the um media, like very very long
Yeah.
ago, like some 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Like like it will be good, not in terms of like a huge community event. Yes, it will be good as a like research for future, like to see like how game goes, like in and outs of the game, etc. It will be good in like for the general gaming community, because this game is a phenomenon, like the huge phenomenon of the like in of this industry. You can't say like otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I want to get Rob in here, not just because like whoa, he's like a like he built a game I play for 11 years now. This is actually true, by the way. And like, oh my god, he's here now. I would just be like at some sort of archive or some stuff like this. So yeah, many people, if they're researching for some stuff, they can actually go through my podcasts and search for the great info about the game and about the people that
I
I'm.
think that if you want to request this, the person you should ask is Vibrin, because Vibrin is kind of the community manager. I'm not sure if it's officially or unofficially. I think
Official,
by
yes,
now he's
he is
actually
officially.
contracted. Yeah. So I think if there's anyone you should ask, it's him, because he's kind of open to community feedback. Not entirely, but there's some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So with me, there the chances are it's like, yeah, no, I don't really want to.
Yeah, thank you for actually giving me advice on reaching that goal.
Yeah. Is it okay if I for 1 sec grab some water?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
starting
will.
to realize I have a dry throat.
Yeah, me too. Like, we will get back shortly, like in a couple of minutes, guys.
Okay.
Okay, I am here, and we are waiting for the SMJS to get here again. If you have any questions or just want to talk, please write something in the chat. I'm right now. I'm. Oh yeah. Oh okay. SMJS is back. I'm unmuting him on the thing. Okay, so what we are talking about? Oh yeah, about the Viper. And actually, I want to contact Viper to like get him into podcast, like
Yeah.
as a guest, like himself. So I will write him eventually, but yeah, I will consider asking him about the Rob
Yeah. I
possibility.
cannot put in a good word for you with Vibrin, because I genuinely have zero contact with him, to be honest.
Oh really? I thought we
Yeah,
have
no.
some.
I've actually always had contact with Paz, because Vibrin is kind of the community manager, but Paz is in the background. Actually, yeah, if there's someone we should get the nickname the GDPS police, it's him.
Yeah, like not really. He's like a manager police. You like the secret service?
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah, it kind of was Boss who also recruited me to do the whole team exploit stuff, and that's how it started.
Yeah. Like,
Okay, yeah, never thought of it as Secret Service.
uh, I have a fantasy, don't worry.
Yeah, I can tell.
um uh by the way, I'm asking you about the game, about the RobTop, but what about the 2.2 Unlocked? I mean, and not just the 2.2 Unlocked, we discussed this topic, but I mean the uh the rise of the 2.2 GDPS by the Andy. What about
Oh
this?
yeah, that's take me way back. So yeah, 2.2 locked kind of started through pure dumb luck. Um, so initially it was actually meant to be a GDPS for someone else. Yeah, that's something not a lot of people know. But initially I was making this GDPS for someone called Gears. But eventually it kind of turned out like, okay, yeah, this is taking so much effort. So I asked Gears like, okay, yeah, this is practically becoming my main hobby now. Is it okay if I just put my own name on there? Because this is pretty much the biggest thing I've ever made. He was fine with that. But he still wanted the thing to get big. So what Gears did, he had contact with Multipan and Patreon. And they got the beta release and made videos on that. And that immediately shut up the whole traffic for the server. And
Yeah.
this is actually pretty funny. The second Patreon made video, the traffic shot up so incredibly high that the service I was using, which was free, was down for an entire weekend just because of my server.
Well,
So
that's the way to do
that
those.
yeah, that was a point where I started considering, this might not be the greatest idea to put on there. I'm going to buy a service. So I did that. And then the traffic shot up higher and higher and higher. And then even more YouTubers started to make videos. Because in that time, any video with 2.2 on it was immediately just a hit. So imagine if you can suddenly play actual new authentic 2.2 levels. So yeah, people started playing it, started making videos, and that's actually how it got exponentially bigger to become, I'm pretty sure even to this day, the biggest GDPS that has ever existed.
Yeah, if not the only one, like from the major ones. So yeah, it's
Well,
basically a monopoly.
2.2 editor exists, but Andy and I at some point compared stats and was like, oh wait, yeah, even though 2.2 Unlocked isn't as active on YouTube anymore after 2.2 editor came out, in terms of general traffic, it's still the biggest one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's quite a story, actually.
Yeah.
Like the
Uh,
thing. Oh yeah, continue, please.
yeah, that's also pretty funny. It got so much traffic eventually that I even struck a deal with the server I was using. That as long as I would advertise, hey, yeah, I'm using this server, they would give me a free, well, not a free, but a really discounted server with a ton of resources. So my server currently has about 400 gigabytes of RAM.
What?
Yeah,
Excuse me?
and think CPU, which was worth 4.8k
That's.
euros, by the way.
Oh my god! What?
Yeah, yeah, and I got that for 50 euros a month.
You're joking. No
Yeah, I struck.
way.
That's a deal I made eventually, and I still have that. That deal isn't expiring.
No shot. Like this is a perfect server to make a Minecraft server, actually, like huge one.
I've used it in the past quite a lot, actually.
Yeah. I like I have my own server at home, but it's just like a refurbished old PC.
Yeah, nothing beats this. I can in no way purchase one server like this myself.
No shot. I know the guy who like have a like $1,000 in servers in his home. Like seriously, I'm not joking. Like his
Yeah.
server racks are costing something like 10 million rubles. I should check what is cost right now. One moment, please. It is like it's like $100 worth of service. So yeah, they are quite expensive actually to maintain.
Oh yeah,
Too,
absolutely.
yeah.
The power cost is insane. That's quite literally all I'm paying for, just the power.
Yeah. Oh, that like the 50 euros a month is just for the power.
Yeah. I'm not
God
even paying
damn.
for the resources anymore, just the power consumption.
I hope they didn't see this podcast.
What do you mean? I
Like
mean,
like.
they are aware of what I do with the server.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh okay then.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Maybe.
they are they actually knew what the server was for and everything, and that's why they struck that deal. Like, hey, you're getting some insane traffic over here. We can show this off to our investors. Like, hey, we have this server with this huge number of traffic. As as a trade-off, I get a server for free.
No, almost
Well,
for
barely
free. Yeah.
free.
No, well, barely free. Yeah, for that much resources. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, just gotta make it 2.2 GDPS.
2.3. Yeah, from leaked
Oh
new
yeah,
spin-off
now
game.
2.3.
But you know what I'm going to ask? Yes.
No.
About the new spin-off games.
Oh boy, those, yeah. Let's just say it's the bane of RobTop existence.
For real?
Mostly because Google doesn't like actually taking stuff down if it gets traffic. Doesn't matter what the copyright is, they just refuse to take it down unless you basically go to them like, hey, yeah, you take it down or I'm suing you. That's not even a joke. That's literally basically the only way you get stuff taken down on YouTube. Not YouTube, Google.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, that's basic. Also part of RobTop's daily life. Literally just sending out DMCA's.
No, I mean like the spin-offs of the main game, but this is kinda actually good information.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't appreciate those spin-offs. He is not a fan.
Oh, okay.
Well, unless you mean GDPSs, in which case, yeah, not a fan, unless it's something special. Like for example, the 1.9 GDPS, he's okay with that because he likes seeing what people can still do with his old code. He also really liked the 2.2 GDPSs because he even admitted that, in all fairness, it was one of the reasons that this game is still alive. Because let's be honest, before the 2.2 GDPSs, Geometrical was getting stale and people were actually starting to play less.
You've actually saved the community.
Wouldn't per se say me alone. I think Andy
No.
contributed a lot as well.
Yeah, I not mean like just you, like you guys, like you did the job like done.
Yeah, and afterwards, Geode also really made a big contribution with modifications.
So the
Because it
game is
just
basically good.
extended the dev cycle.
Oh, yeah. And is he joked about the thing that fans are making 2.2 faster than him?
Uh, yeah, if you make geometries from the base up, which someone did in Unity, then sure, yeah, you can make 2.2 way faster than what RobTop did. But if you worked with the actual old school code base, then no, you wouldn't. Because, like I said, a lot of it was legacy, working with code from 2013 or even before that, from literally Boom Links or Forlearn or something. I forgot what
Mastermind.
his other, yeah, Masterminds as well, but also FL. Forgot what the actual name was, but it's also something.
Floor, something, yeah.
Yeah, some Swedish name.
Why is many indie developers are in Sweden like the influential ones? Like why?
Uh, uh,
Like the
Besides Notch and RobTop, I can't name any.
modding, like
Huh? Yeah,
modding.
I said Notch.
Oh
Like
yeah,
besides RobTop and Notch, I can't really think of any.
but still like this essentially like the two biggest games like in the industry.
I wouldn't call JumpJazz the biggest game in the industry, but yeah, it does have a lot of downloads. But I think the main reason definitely is the economy.
Yeah.
Like Swedish economy, it's almost as good as it gets. So what are you gonna do then? Yeah, everyone lives in a pretty good life, so you can afford to do projects like that.
And actually about like how did you see the game in the future?
How I see the game in the future. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, as I said before, hopefully native mods and an actual dev team behind it. More secure, absolutely. I've already made some promises to help out with some security stuff. And there are some stuff planned to actually fix the current actual security problems, including bots, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I made a proposal to get rid of proxies. But besides that, yeah, I think just a lot more community driven. So I think RobTop is more willing to listen to the community, either through proxy, like Fireprint making polls, or Geometrical server making contests or something, or maybe he'd ask directly in the chat sometimes.
Oh, I get it now. I get it. Yeah. Um, what I wanted to say about like um the future of the game. Ah, did you see the game like downfall in like some years, like in 5 years, I should say?
No, I don't think. Well, yes and no. Yes, because people are getting older. People who started playing this when they were like, yeah, 14, 15, I don't know. They are getting to a point where suddenly they have a job, need to do stuff full time, and just don't really have the time anymore. But I'd say no, in the sense that we do have a dedicated community, and even nowadays, we're still getting new people to the community. So I think the game is kind of going to keep itself alive, maybe with a smaller community eventually, but I don't think it will easily die.
And yeah, but by the way, about the community, um, I remember someone saying that it is honestly impressive to have a community that big and that local.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no,
it,
the Geometrical community is truly unique. I've been doing modding for other communities as well. From my experience, the Geometrical community is maybe one of the most dedicated communities out there. For example, games like Minecraft, sure, they have a community, but usually people are just playing Minecraft for 2, 3 weeks and then just quit for a while again, and then come back to bits again and then quit again. Other communities, they only have on the initial release a big community and then it just dies out. But Geometry, for some reason, something in the creative aspect keeps it alive.
yeah, and like I mean about the GD as a game in the future, I'd say that it will be developed as a genuine gaming engine. It's capable of doing like really I should say like it is possible to have so many things done in GD. using the triggers alone. The triggers are too powerful for the like not a $2 game, a $5 game right now.
Yeah,
This is
it does.
absurd.
It gives a lot of creativity. I think it might have some genuine game remakes, but there's one thing you need to keep in mind. Everything under there is still Cocos, and Cocos has zero thread support, has zero support for actual fast update operations. So I don't think it will ever have a genuine full game, and will always just stay kind of small games which are really fun but don't really have any replay value, because there are just too big of limitations in the engine of GD itself.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, about the games, did you consider like asking RobTop or speaking with RobTop about the implementation of global checkpoints for the platform levels? Like you reach a checkpoint, left the level, entered it, and continue from that checkpoint you were at the last time.
I did it for one simple reason, actually. Those give an unfair advantage, actually. The level was meant to be played in one session. So it's kind of, there is an argument to make it work, but I think that should be up to the editor itself and not a standard thing.
I mean, we have the system in the what it's called master game by Punch, but I mean, it should be added for one good reason, just for quality of life thing. Because I mean, it is like it will get a more lengthy levels in the game, and it
Yeah,
should not be like a permanent thing. No, you can like switch up. You want like this checkpoint to be a session checkpoint or a global checkpoint, like something
yeah,
like this. This should
yeah.
work.
I think I'm okay with the idea of saying, okay, yeah, the person making the level gets the option to make checkpoints last. But I don't think it's a great idea to do that for all levels, because, for example, if you have an extreme demon, what's the point if you can literally just do a session, get somewhere in the extreme demon, and the next session you get a bit further and then progressively build up, instead of it being one big session and the achievement of it.
Yes, I completely forgot about. But I mean, I remember RobTop telling that he wanted to make a different system for rating the platform mode. I mean, like, yeah, the difficulties are the same, but the rewards are not. Like, could see like something like a hard level that you can receive like 10 moons for this or something like this. Why it
Yeah.
is like scrapped?
Probably because, let's be honest, it requires training for a whole lot of moderators. And rating levels is still opinion based. So if you just throw over the entire system, you also create a whole, almost toxic environment where the community may not agree with the new system. Moderators may have different opinions than other moderators in a whole new system. While in an old system, it's pretty, agreed upon what's difficulty, what represents. So for that reason, I can imagine that he scrapped it. Another reason might be really simple, just extra development, rather not.
Yeah. And like breaking news, I just made a post in my Telegram channel. Yes, we use Telegram channels to communicate with people. It's actually like really goated in terms of like speaking with audience. It is yeah. So I just made a post about like teasing something that was in our podcast, saying like the 2.3 is going to be a community update, and I had one really, I think, not that great suggestions for the game, but like great suggestion itself, making a 18 plus tag for levels and rate them.
Oh no 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 no!
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
this is not be possible in this game because RobTop want to be it's PG friendly and to get
Yeah.
more money and like to provide experience.
Here's another whole problem with that. Legal.
Yes.
For example,
Yes.
there are TOS on the App Store and Google Play Store to not have that type of content in your game. And there's also the whole fact that the US can be really, really, really nervous about that type of stuff. So, yeah, you do not want to dabble in that content.
Yeah. Like, remember Devin's levels?
What?
Uh, Devin 2003. Remember him?
No, yeah, I don't. I've seen so much raid team stuff that honestly I've kind of forgot names by now and just kind of be like, okay, yeah, this weird ass team or this individual.
He was like making some really weird levels and really graphic ones. Uh, it
Oh
looks
boy.
amazing. Yeah, it looked amazing. The art style, the atmosphere is like phenomenal, but it's too graphic for the game. It like actually got deleted from it, and you can't upload it. Like if you have a copy, you can't upload a copy because it is like too graphic for
Yeah,
the game. It
yeah.
like at the end of the game, like at the end screen, it have like some I'm so sorry.
May
This
I
will be
remind you
graphic.
that?
Yeah.
May I
Yeah, I
remind
will
you that
not.
this was
I
a?
will not. Yeah, yeah. I will not say what is here, but it is like really, I not scary, but awful. I'd say. Yeah,
Oh
I will not
wait, I
say.
think I remember what it is, and
Man,
yeah.
man. So yeah, I should rise up this podcast to 16 plus. I guess I should do
Uh,
this. We actually we swore a couple of times, so it is automatically like
uh,
going up to. You
okay.
swore and I swore, so yeah, it is a 16 plus. We wanted to take it a PG friendly approach, but we couldn't.
I mean, sorry. I think I said what the fuck at some point then.
You said it again.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of in my standard vocabulary.
No, that's fine. Um, what I wanted to ask about more, like I have so many questions, but like it's approaching to point that it will be a new new biggest podcast in my channel in terms of length. Like
Yeah.
the record
Oh
holder
yeah,
is
almost
16 plus.
2 hours now. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, said it again.
So it is automatically like 16 plus.
Yeah, yeah, I see that it's updated now. Okay,
So
so I said it at the right time. Well, you did it update on Twitch actually.
oh um
You
uh
almost said it.
um I almost write 19 plus. Okay, okay, it's working now. Let's continue. What do you like want to see in the community? I mean, like some events in the community, like no, different question. Like in term different. I have different question. Do you want? Do you have some like dream collab with GD? And will GD collab with some other games?
Uh, Dream collab. Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
I've
some.
actually had some. Well, at some point, I kind of thought about possibly asking RobTop to maybe make contact with Mojang and discuss like, hey, I have this platformer game where with a cube you jump on other cubes. You have this cube game. Shall we make some kind of YouTube short ads which are just a collaboration or something? That sounded pretty fun.
Yeah, and
Like I know
actually,
I know it's been done already. Putting Geometry in Minecraft, but it would still be fun if it's something official as well, or
I
that there would
mean,
be texture packs for different games.
no, I mean it have like a system with like full ass games, like full maps, official maps in the Minecraft Bedrock. Like Minecraft had a collaboration with Tetris.
Yeah, no.
So
For example, Bedrock, you could say, okay, we have this map where you will be forced to run and you will have to dodge obstacles. That would sound like a good collaboration, but the next problem is getting in contact with Mojang. Like RobTop has a status, but for you're still trying to communicate with Microsoft, who has a whole legal team, a whole department. We who will check how the community is and all that type of stuff. So I think it's pretty hard, especially with, let's be honest, not the most accepting community ever.
yeah, but I say that will be fun, like really really fun
Yeah.
collaboration. Um, and but did RobTop consider ever collaborating with other games? Because GD have a massive advantage in collaborating, because I see like GD collaborating with some mobile rhythm games like Figros, Archaea, Rotoneta, maybe something like this, because
Uh,
like what?
yeah.
Like
Yeah, I don't know if RobTop has considered this, but I'm not sure if it's easy to make a reality either, because those rhythm games usually collaborate with other rhythm games, usually because they have the same kind of gameplay. JoJo's doesn't really have that. It's not even a rhythm game from the base up. Imagine then yeah, trying to mix it with an actual rhythm game.
I'd say it will be work like you know like a collaboration between, I don't know, Figros and GD. Like in Figros you can play some songs from the Geometry Dash, and in GD it will have like a full level, a full main level, or
Yeah,
not main, but
that's fair.
yeah, it
But
can be work like this.
Geometrical doesn't really have its own songs. That's kind of a problem. Well,
Dash.
MDK did make a, yeah, that is one song then. So that
Um,
might work then actually.
by the
Also,
way,
I
it
saw a really cool suggestion in the Twitch chat. A Geometry cape would be really cool.
yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I wanted to say about um, let me remember what I wanted to say about the collaborations. Um, oh my god, I forget what I wanted to say. It was important about like the collaboration stuff with rhythm games. I Yeah, I forgot. I
Something
will.
about songs, possibly?
Yes, exactly, yes.
Yeah.
It actually, GD could have two songs, like original. By the way, it have two original songs. Over F by T plus Puzzleite is an original
All
song
right.
for the GD library. Okay, three songs. Did you know that RobTop asked Xrula to make a song for the GD, but he refused?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and
Y-
we would have like the third song in the game, but Xrula was in not that good mental state back then, so we don't have it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's possible. There's also, of course, that one song which is in reference to Geometry, but it was some kind of dubstep step song, but it has Wright's voice in it. So then you get to the point of, oh yeah, but we also have to license him in it, and oh, there are also other voice tracks used in it from other people from the community, and those also have to be licensed. So I don't think that one will work out
Yeah.
because sadly, copyright also goes to your voice. So if you put Wright's voice in it, then Wright can say, yeah, but hey, that's my voice. Don't put it in there.
I about like the song about the GD, yeah. I remember that song. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, by Sharks, I
Yeah,
guess.
I think it is. Yeah.
Actually, the fun fact, I was one of the helpers of the producing the 10-minute long song about the GD. It's
Oh.
yeah, it's sadly it not got that much recognition, but it is a cool song. It is like a massive mashup mix up with our melodies. It's like, yes, it's like not 10 by like 20, 12, yeah, 12 minutes long song featuring like four more than 100 songs in it from the GD.
What?
Like,
Huh? How do you fit that many songs in there?
yeah, like some bits and pieces, like some samples of the songs, like one phrase from it, etc., and mixing it up well. It is called code names All Stars. All Stars, yeah. It is my name, by the way. I came up with this idea. Yeah, it's all me. Nah, but the collab itself is like really fucking massive. So I just sent you a link, and I sent a link into like a chat, into the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat. You can see it by yourself. You can listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to listen to that later because I
Yeah,
don't
of
think I
course,
can
yeah.
talk and listen to that at the same time.
No. I mean, yeah, it's like after the podcast, of course, yes.
Yeah.
But actually, did you have any questions about something? As a part of the like community myself, as a dev, like potentially being a dev of the GD.
I don't think so. Yeah, no. We talked about a lot of stuff, so I'm kind of thinking back to what we talked about. I think we covered pretty much everything.
Yeah. Oh, suggestion for the game: make a teams like clans or something, because like we have so much teams right now, and you are like an admin of the AP team right now.
Yeah.
So it will be like really huge to see something like lists, but for players, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
it sounds like a good idea. If I have a say over 2.3, I will definitely suggest that because that fits right into the
community
update.
update, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It will be massive actually.
Yeah,
And a collaborative, it actually can be like a collaborative stuff RobTop wanted to add for such a long time. Like to
yeah,
spreading out the creator points, etc., because like we have like so many massive massive collabs. I'm a part of the cherry team myself. Yeah, we like opposing teams right now that
yeah.
have a beef
Pretty
for
sure.
ages. Yeah, I'm resigned from the staff position. I'm right now just a guest here, but still.
Yeah, I'll be honest. There's a high chance Fernham has at some point not given a good word for me there, considering he seems to have a vendetta against me.
Oh yeah, he can be a like yeah an asshole sometimes. I hate.
Yeah, I'm not even really going into the details there because I don't want to start another whole drama about that. I've just had
No
my
need.
bad encounters with him.
Yeah, no need. I'm just like in a better contact with him too. Like I said him in the face, like he can be an asshole. So uh,
Okay, yeah, that's risky, but nice.
nah, he can like be he can listen to the like some harsh feedback. Oh, by the way, about the harsh feedback and about the community, the funny story, um, I I saw the level in the Twitter Twitter community page. Um, some level that like a newbie built, like a person who you can see that he just learning about the creation
Yeah.
and learning about the editor. So I wrote a harsh but informative review on this level. Like not sugarcoating it, not anything, like just straight feedback, and I got banned from this sub Twitter sub community.
Uh, yeah, I'll be honest. It's a mixed bag. If you give constructive feedback, I find it a bit harsh, but yeah, usually I just kind of stay out of the whole feedback part because people in this community tend to take things a bit far. So you say one bad thing and people think immediately you're trying to say that they should quit or something, and that's why I'm just kind of like,
No,
figured out.
yeah, no. I mean, in that review, in that feedback, I like in the end of it, I like cheered him, like this creator. I cheered. I said like, I see the potential in you. Just progress more, build more levels, see other people's stuff, etc., etc., etc. Just gave him a tips and cheered him up because I know about this fact about like many people are considering like feedback is something a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I cheered him up. Still got banned. That's a
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah. I personally, I think it's one of the reasons I kind of start creating levels, because every time you would create something, there would be at least someone who would just try to find every opportunity to just call bad. And that's kind of like why I decided, I'm choosing between either the modding community, which is toxic, or the creating community, which is toxic. Yeah, which is fun.
Which is more evil or less evil? I mean.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, the modding community was probably worse because, again, you were kind of being witch hunted by the rest of the community. But
Yeah.
luckily, we set the record straight by creating Geometrical programming and actually moderating what people do.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All times where the community was a toxic wasteland. Glad that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, glad that it.
It's pretty clear that the community has matured a lot, because even though it's still not perfect, at least it's not you say one wrong thing and the entire community watch you gone.
Unless you're on Twitter. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but that's Twitter. That's a whole different story.
like the Twitter is a quintessence of the previous community. It will mature.
Yeah,
I hope. I hope really.
no, it won't. Twitter, just the way it's set up, the way you communicate on Twitter, it's just never going to recover, because that's just how you communicate on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. um I wanted the remember I've said about the post I wrote, like another interesting suggestion is a sub difficulties for extreme demons. Like
You mean like the whole chart of where you have 500 different difficulties for demons?
like from easy to extreme, and extreme can be extended from easy extreme to, I don't know,
Oh, like
extreme
that.
extreme. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a bit too much, because remember, people still have to moderate it and still have to um decide if it's what's a good rating. And if you then have 12 moderators saying yeah, hard or hard medium or hard easy, yeah, then it's going to be a whole thing.
No. I mean just for extreme demons, not for every demon category. Just for extremes. Because like the
um
extremes right now is extended like from AQ that anyone can beat if they try, to like some tidal wave which is like almost impossible. So
yeah, I think it's better to just leave. Like, if you're on an extreme demon point, you're already at a point where you probably are in the community and probably know where to find this info. So yeah, I think it's just easiest to keep that to the community rather than making a whole rating system for that.
yeah. Oh, I remember something. Oh my god, I have so much questions right now. Still, after 2 hours of talking about the game, is story will continue in 2.21? Like the
There,
storyline of the game.
I think it would. Yeah, I remember that there was some things being mentioned about that, but RobTop hasn't really talked about it with me directly about it. So there's a chance, but I don't have the info to say yes or no for sure.
I hope it will be continued because he can
Yeah, we
like
were kind
write
of left at
something
a
funny.
cliffhanger.
Yeah, yes, actually, like we just released some eldritch entity out of the basement.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In fact, I've actually considered making a mod to extend the storyline and propose
Me
that to Rob.
too. Me too. Actually, I after like the HD Ford podcast, I'm started like writing some lore, writing some things to extend the like the general storyline of the game, etc. So
Oh,
if you
did we go
want,
that in depth?
yeah, if you want, we can like cooperate.
I mean, sure, but after GD Intercept is done, then.
Oh yeah, of course. It is not done yet.
No, currently waiting for a Geode update because I have a bug which, yeah, has to be fixed with a Geode update. And after that, I still have to add the whole editing part of a request.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, about the like things I have in mind about the uh story line of the game, I I I am heavily influenced with rhythm games, especially some like in mobile, as I said, like Archaea or Figros. They have like a good storyline, especially Archaea. They have like a whole ass visual novel in this game,
Huh?
and
How
y-
even?
like yeah, it have like a really intriguing storyline. I was like shocked myself when I watched it because I can't pay for it. Yes, it is paid, and I that's a bummer, but still, um, like I was like, wow, how it is even possible? Like, but let's be real. Like, we have a story in Geometry Dash, okay?
Yeah.
So everything can be possible. Um, what I mean that I have like an idea for the like a final level in the story, not in the game, but in the story. In terms of the boss fights in boss charts, I mean, in the rhythm games, like they have a like climax and the cutscene before the chart starting uh like some epic cinematic thing before the chat starting. Yes, it's actually a thing. I can actually send you a fan made one
I
version.
think I get what you mean, but
Yeah.
that's going to be really hard in Geometry Dash
N-
because I
no,
don't know if you ever realized, but Geometry Dash doesn't actually have any capabilities to play videos.
real.
Yeah, Cocos doesn't can't load sprites dynamically, so it has to be static. And if you want to replace it, well, if you want to play something, you have to basically take every frame and play it back to back manually.
Oh yeah, what you mean? But no, I was not actually wanting to add a cutscene into the game. I was wanting to have a level that feels like boss fight. Like like not having a boss like in some like community made levels or in Deadlocked, yeah, but levels that
Yeah.
feels like a boss fight. I like I mean the first hard demon in like in main company, something like this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, you could make it work. But I think it will be probably the hardest part of the whole mod, literally making a whole custom
Levels.
level. Yeah.
Uh, that's why I'm just writing the law because to gather people to make levels. Oh, that's another story. I have connections with people, but the way they're willing to do and replicating the style of Rob is actually a really hard thing because he's like an
That
experienced game dev. So
yeah, I'll admit, RobTop is actually pretty good creator, so getting his style right is indeed a challenge.
yeah,
Especially because this level would probably be kind of dark themed, considering what that final boss kind of is. So mixing dark themed with his level style is not going to be easy.
yeah. Oh wait, oh yeah.
Hmm?
Here we go. I said it like an
Focus
example
loud.
for a cutscene, yeah. In like
Oh, that one. Yeah, I've seen that video before.
yeah, it is yeah, yeah. So something like this. But not like the GD, like conceits in GD like this are not suitable. But the GD is more about the, let me say, like the environmental storytelling.
Yeah, you could. If I could get shaders to work, I can probably make something which makes the environment pretty cool for that.
Yeah. Oh, and remember the joke video, like April Fool's video from the Stormfly?
Um,
Uh,
okay, yeah, I'm kind of blanking out here, and that's pretty bad because I'm literally in this team. Like, I'm Restoration Union is literally Stormfly's team, and I don't remember.
the like the video where he unlocks a level. It is something like my idea, but developed into the whole as video. Like the entity escaped, it cracked the screen, and you need to complete some tasks and riddles to unlock a new level, something like this. And it was like an insane demon, but it is too much for the main campaign, I guess. Hard demon is like a
Yeah, no,
limit.
that's also a hard balance, of course. You want to make it accessible for users to actually do the mod.
Yeah, in terms of rhythm games, they can have like extremely hard charts because you can't lose in them. You can lose a rank. You can lose in terms of not getting what you wanted, but or in like in arcade you can actually lose, but after you completing the chart you can like you lose or something like this. Lost, yes, it's saying like lost. So
Yeah,
but in the GD, like you have a one attempt to beat the whole level, so it need to be like for the like final level like this, it need to be hard, like really hard, but not too hard for the general audience, not the
yeah.
extreme demon.
And honestly, you kind of probably want to still make it a normal level and not platformer, so you wouldn't have platformer checkpoints either.
Yeah, actually, you can make checkpoints work in the classic mode, but you should know that about.
Uh,
You saw
yeah.
misconceptions, yeah.
Huh?
I mean, you saw how people do this.
Yeah, I've seen how to do it, but you probably still don't want to use checkpoints for something like that.
Yeah. For a really long levels, I had an idea to make a level for a whole album by Riot. Not that Riot, another Riot. Uh, yeah, and it lasts for 45 minutes. I wanted to make like a full level up using
Oh
these
boy.
songs. Yeah, and implementing a checkpoints between sections, between songs. But to complete for a coin, you need to like beat it from start to finish. Like, uh, in general idea, it is like something between medium to hard demon. Yes, it's like lasts for 45 minutes, but because of checkpoints, it's not that hard to play. Okay, insane demon, yes, but if you play from start to finish, it is like an demon list worthy extreme demon. So
Yeah. Okay. There are two catches to that. First, try to get a creator to create a 45-minute long level. That's certainly something.
yeah,
And
45,
second,
not the 45 minutes.
yeah, 45. Right. And the other catch is the whole fact that it will probably still be way above the threshold of most players who are playing this real mod.
Yeah, and yeah, no, this my Russian just kicked in. I mean,
Yeah, I heard.
um, I mean that's just other project, not for the mod. Yeah, for the mod is maybe a first Excel level. Like the Explorers is almost Excel right now.
Yeah, an Excel level would work, but just not too excessive.
Yeah, like I remember in some rhythm games they have like 7-9 minute levels, like boss fight levels. It is too much, but like 2 minute level, it could work. Like perfect two like flat, like to get like Excel mark in this but in this level. But Explorers is actually lasts for 1 minute and 1 minute and 49 seconds, if I remember correctly. That's a lot.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, about Explorers, how it's going? It is going to be like completely revamped, or it's going to stay as it is, but just continue?
He isn't even sharing those details with me.
Oh, okay. He want to like
Yeah,
make it a
about levels,
secret.
he's pretty secretive, not gonna lie. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure only Viper really knows the details.
I remember that RobTop said that he is going to like rebuild this level from the scratch because he saw the feedback of the community, and yeah, the Explorers looks not good in terms of gameplay. It's actually plays
Yeah,
really bad. So
all I know is that he initially rushed it to try and get it done before releasing 2.2. But yeah, problem is you can't really rush levels, so that was noticeable.
thank God he just delayed this level. I hope we get a banger and potentially a second, because the Deadlocked is the first medium demon. Yes, it is a medium demon. By the way, why RobTop didn't rate his own demon-like levels? Because we have like a range of levels of demon levels. Yes, we have like a sub difficulties of the demon difficulty. Why did Rob not rating his own levels?
Uh, yeah, honestly, because I'm pretty sure he initially made the demon levels when those didn't exist yet,
Yeah, I
and
know.
it would require a rework of that system, and you know it. RobTop doesn't like working with legacy.
Yeah, that's a fair exchange. Okay, and that's more suitable because like it shows that this level is hard. But when you see like an easy demon, it's like not like it is easy, I guess. But if you see the hard demon face, you know that this shit is real.
Yeah, yeah, it probably also just contributes to uh, the fact that only really beginners see these levels. The veteran players usually already completed them and aren't looking back at them. So you don't have to go into the specific details of, okay, yeah, between all those demon difficulties, which one is it? You can just say, yeah, demon, it's hard. Do it.
Yeah. Oh, I remember SD Slayer um making a video about a should we get a new difficulty in the game, like a new difficulty that harder than demon to rate a like really hard levels. Like,
Yeah,
is it viable?
yeah, I would say yes, because currently the extreme demon difficulty can vary a lot. And I think that most of extreme demons still classify extreme demons. But I think that some extreme demons definitely go beyond that. And currently, you cannot really see what's absolutely almost impossible to do and what's just hard but still kind of doable.
Yeah, and but the other suggestion as this Slayer made is just like derank many of the demon levels. Like the AQ is now an insane like demon. The Nightmare is now like an insane, just insane, and something like this. Like just make a whole purge of the and tweakage on the existing.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens,
It
but
actually happens, but the whole fact is, you would have to go back, re-rank them, and then assess with everyone. Like, okay, is this rank correctly updated? That's a whole process. While there's still levels which need to be rated, and I think it's kind of hard to dedicate genuine resources to the past when you're also working with the present.
by the way, about the rating levels, I hope Rob like gets someone to rate along him because
He
it
considered
kind of needed
automating it.
automating. Seriously,
Yeah,
how?
Kind of like how Oz does it. So there you have the what's it called again, elder moderators, who are of course kind of admins. What you could do is say, okay, elder moderators get a saying in it, and if enough say yes, rate it, then it just automatically rates rather than that RobTop has the final say in everything.
Oh, that's
And I'm
actually a
pretty
good
sure
system.
he actually experimented with this already.
With the demon system, yeah. With the demon system in the
No,
mod chat.
even normal rates. I've seen some indicators which almost look like RobTop didn't actually pay the level and rather left it to moderators, with some consequences because it did include copied levels and some levels which genuinely shouldn't have been rated ever, including previews and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I remember that recently a
yeah,
PV level was
so I
rated.
think it's actually being tested already. I don't have info on that, but it would need to be tweaked a lot. And there would definitely need to be some rules in place to say to other moderators, like, okay, yeah, don't rate unless it's actually something which should be rated.
Yeah, and
Not
because
like those streams where you say, oh yeah, I'm going to send it because it looks kind of nice.
but in the other hand, mod standards are way higher than Rob's. Like RobTop rating levels that he seems like a fun level or like good looking or have really huge amount of sense from moderators, but mods themselves have a really high standards. So that could be a
It's kind of
problem for
because
yeah
that's kind of
continue.
because moderators are, most of them are creators, so they are used to what's actually the extent what's possible with the editor. So what they see is something which, yeah, barely reaches that, and they are like, yeah, but it can be way better. Meanwhile, RobTop is still amazed with everything which can be done with his code. I think it's kind of a bit of perspective which causes that.
I hope that the system, I mean, I hope that the levels in when this will be implemented as a whole system. I hope that levels from the unknown creators will be recognized more, and it will actually, because I know that RobTop rating levels are in some sort of priority. Like he prioritized more known creators than unknown,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
sake of time consuming. Yeah.
yeah. I find it fair because what also happens a whole lot is a small creator going to a bunch of moderator request streams and being like, oh yeah, hey, here's my level. And it's okay, not barely rate worthy. And then a lot of moderators send it because they're like, yeah, it's okay, yeah, sure, I'll send it. But then without realizing that 5 other moderators had the exact same reaction. So what RobTop then has to basically filter on the bigger creators to filter out all those small creators who are like, yeah, please look at my level.
Yeah, that's understandable. Wow, about the system is actually like a great idea for the long run. I hope it. In long run, not to hire other people to just rate levels or like giving some like elder moderators permission to rate levels alone.
Yeah, now if the system exists, it will never rely on an individual person. It will always be multiple people giving the green light.
Yeah, I wish to be a moderator myself, but I can't have a chance, sadly.
Oh, no thanks. Personally, I genuinely do not want that.
You are busy with other things. You are doing. I should say you're doing like a job much more valuable than a moderation. I'm not saying that moderation is bad, no, but like in comparison, like the security of the goddamn game and sending some levels, you know.
Yeah, but there's also the whole fact that when you are a moderator, there's just a label put on you as that one person where you can go to ask stuff. Uh, Okay, yeah. As a developer, I will already say you get annoying people in your DMs. Let alone if you then are a moderator who can also rate levels. I've experienced it once myself with the 2.2 GDPS, and it was not a great time.
Yeah, I was actually considering to make my own GDPS when modding is not a mainstream, like to show people that modding is good. You may remember it from the HD Thoughts podcast. Um, if not, I'm saying it right now. But it's halted because it was hard to make, really hard
Yeah.
at the time.
Um, yeah, but also just moderating that it's not a great experience. I've actually heard from multiple moderators that they are considering quitting just because it's not a great environment, especially since it's voluntary work.
Yeah, it is not paid, but
It's
I
not paid, and you deal with the most annoying people in the community.
children. Let's just
Yeah,
say it.
basically.
They're basically children, yes. But I can judge them. They're just kids. We were like them like several years ago. So
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that everyone in this community was older, wasn't at one point like that, but it's still a fact. It's not a great environment to work in. So if RobTop would offer it, I would say no thanks. I would rather have that there's some role made for contributors or something.
oh wait, in 2.207, the custom badges will be implemented. Am I right?
No?
I mean, like RobTop said that he will add a badges for like a winners of the Geometry Dash. How it is called? I forget.
If honestly, I've never seen that one before because I don't really read the JS server, so it has never come up in our DMs.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, that's interesting.
yeah, just like awarding people for doing something or maybe contributing the project. Not just like the moderator badge right now is like a status for now,
Yeah,
like a person, a prominent figure of the community. But with more custom badges, like the badge from winning the contest, like NCS contest, this is a really great idea, by the way. Like, or just giving some badges for the prominent people of the community, like you, who contributed to the game much, like really ton of suggestions and other things and etc. And I hope it will be implemented in 2.207. Ask him about this. I can be wrong right now. It can be rumors because it was like a long time ago. Just
I
ask him. Yeah.
yeah, I'll ask then in DMs. But like I said before, his sleep schedule is horrible. So the earliest I'm going to get a response is probably at 2 a.m. or something.
Nah, no need to rush. Just interesting to get a confirmation about this because this is actually a really great system. Like, come on, like awarding people. Of course.
Yeah, that would absolutely be great for the community because that gives people a goal to go for.
Not just be a
But
moderator. Yes.
yeah, yeah, does sound nice. I'll ask what he has in mind. Maybe give some tips myself.
I should say that it should, in my perspective, it should be a system like in Discord, in some sort. Like it will display the most valuable badge in the profile of the person. For example, like the moderator badge. I should say like the elder moderator, leaderboard moderator, and then some other badges in like in some priority. And when
Yeah,
you
that's already how the system works actually. Currently, the badge is literally just a number of 1, 2, or 3, and I think 3 was for RobTop specifically.
yeah, I know that
Um, yeah,
and like and when you like pressing on the I I button. The GD have I button already. For information about the stats of the
Yeah.
player, and it will get like show other budgets the person have, like
Yeah, that would require a small rework because then you would have to send back a list rather than just a number. But yeah, I'll ask what he has in mind. Maybe I
but it
can
should,
otherwise.
yeah, but it should be like visible for everyone too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't remember. Is information button is visible for everyone, or like every player?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not like a big deal to implement this, but it is a big.
Actually, wait, no. Is okay. Now I'm doubting myself. Let me open SMJS real quick.
It's like on
It
your
also
hotkey.
no, it's quite literally just in. If I press a search bar, it's there.
Oh,
It might actually be a better info thing. Let me just turn off better info and see what it says. Oh wait, and GD utils because that might also influence it. Yeah, this is the downside of having so many mods installed to test stuff.
yeah.
You're kind of like, is this vanilla or is this some mod I installed at some point? yeah, the info button is native. So yeah, that could be used. And I might know a way to overcome the hurdle of it's right now sending one number for the badges.
And it should like translating the picture of the badge itself, because if we implement like badges at the like at the left side of the nickname, it will exceed the limits in some point, or just look
Yeah,
scuffed.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this
It
is
it would definitely need some other UI for that.
yeah.
Possibly, maybe even clicking the badge itself.
So if Rob no, about the clicking the badge itself, I have a different idea to just like get an info about what this badge does. Like
Okay, so
if
kind
you
of like badges API.
yeah. You just click it and say, "Oh, this is a moderator. Who is a moderator?" Like for new players, should be a crucial information that just getting into the community. Like they see like the M, what this man M means. He
Yeah,
open this and get some info about the who is the moderator of this game. It
yeah,
should be.
yeah. That's would be a good idea.
So if
Yeah,
Rob,
I'll discuss what, how and what, and what's planned.
it is actually be really sick. And if it gets implemented, I can say that I actually suggested something that in the game.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, and the GD have a list of contributors right now. It should have.
No.
I mean, for the icons only. It should have for
Uh,
other people, I guess. In my opinion.
I don't think there's any official list of contributors. Or wait, yeah, there was that one thing he made in 2.11.
Yeah, where you
Oh,
can see who made which icon.
oh, that. No, I thought you meant the whole Etzer, Viprin.
Yes, and I
Those
want to
things.
extend this idea, like yes, to like make an official list of contributors of the game, like in some sort of credits, to like make like a big thank you.
Yeah, that would be cool, but problem is, if I ask that, that's kind of, yeah.
Can you add me in the
Uh,
game, please, as my nickname,
yeah,
please?
exactly. That's. I think that will not really come over as,
From your
yeah,
mouth, yeah.
sincere.
Yeah. Oh my god, we spoke for 2.5 hours. We should stop.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah, we should stop right now. So thank you so much for coming. This was the most interesting podcast I had in my career, and this is like a great start of the third season of the new of the everything new here. So I'm thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And
Thanks for having me.
yeah, Thanks for suggesting yourself.
Well, I just said, hey, well, not even that. I literally just responded to HBot, and eventually you were like, hey, wait, can you come on one time?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's Jake, that Jake who suggested himself. Yeah, this is a real story, by the way.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I don't suggest myself. That's usually something I don't do.
Yeah, and he was just like, he joked about this in the actually about the guests. Before we stop, I should say one thing about the guests. I had a thread in the Reddit on the Reddit where people suggested other people. And yeah, right here Jake just said me, and I was like, okay. He was like said this was a part of a joke, but of course we can do a podcast.
Okay,
So,
yeah, that's an interesting one.
so yeah, okay. So let's wrap it up. I need to rest for a bit because that was a really long talk.
Oh, yeah, it's for you, right? About 7 a.m. PM, I mean, right?
Yes, yeah, oh, exactly.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
7 p.m.
So it's pretty late by now.
Yeah. So thank you all for coming for the stream. And see you there. There, I guess the Lord Waitercraft is the next who will be in podcast. So stay tuned. Bye bye.